I hear him say that he's going to move their table. I hear him say that he's going to move their table. I hear him say that he's going to move their table. I hear him say that he's going to move their table. I hear him say that he's going to move their table. hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel. I hear him say that he's a media channel.
Evacuate the building. Guests should leave by the nearest available exit. Guests requiring assistance will be escorted. Once you've left the venue, please follow the directions of the stewards who will guide you to the nearest assembly point. The ceremony will commence shortly. We ask that you do not leave the venue once the ceremony has begun. Please be upstanding for the arrival of the Principal's procession. please take your seats? Distinguished guests, parents and friends, on behalf of the college, I'm delighted to welcome you to Royal Holloway on this very important occasion, our graduation ceremony. It is wonderful to see so many people gathered here for this unique occasion. We welcome those of you who are visiting for the first time, as well as those returning to a place that has become familiar. To you all, we extend a very warm welcome. We hope you enjoy this ceremony and have a memorable and happy day. During this afternoon ceremony, graduates from the School of Life Sciences and the Environment will be presented to the Principal, Professor Julie Sanders. The first group of graduates will be awarded a master's degree. And these graduates have studied at postgraduate level for at least 1 year and have either taken their studies to the boundaries of existing knowledge in their academic field or studied in an area of professional or occupational theory and practice at a high level. They will be followed by graduates who will be awarded a degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Each of their research has made an original contribution to knowledge through the discovery of new facts and the exercise of independent critical judgment. Please remain in your seats for the duration of the ceremony. The order of presentation is set out in the graduation program. I call upon the Executive Dean of the School of Life Sciences and the Environment, Professor Klaus Dodds.
Principal, dear guests, and I'm really delighted you're able to join us, and I hope your journey to Royal Holloway was not too arduous. Today we recognise and celebrate the achievements of our students who have followed postgraduate programmes within the departments of the School of Life Sciences and Environment. These departments include biological sciences, earth sciences, geography and psychology, all of which have been consistently ranked among the top departments in the UK for a number of years, combining research excellence, inspirational teaching programmes, and collaborations with a myriad of partners beyond the university. Postgraduate students, whose achievements we celebrate today, are one of the main reasons why these departments rank so highly. Their studies encapsulate the diversity and vitality of our school, focusing on, amongst other things, societal well-being, transforming energy resources, mental health, gene therapy, industrial biotech, pollination ecology, climate and environmental change, global development and geopolitics, sustainability, and the relations between place and identity. It's truly an interdisciplinary school, as I think the topics above indicate. And then beyond that, we also have a doctorate in clinical psychology that produces professionals who will contribute to the treatment of mental health in the world around us. They all graduate equipped with the knowledge and skills not only to study the world, but I very much hope to leave us with a determination to make it better. We look forward to hearing about their achievements as they embark on the next stage of their personal and professional lives. It is now with great pleasure that we move to the presentation of the graduates. Thank you.
I call upon the course lead of Master of Science in the Department of Earth Sciences, Dr. Nicola Scarselli.
Principal, I would like to present graduates from the Department of Earth Sciences. For the award of Master of Science degrees in Earth Sciences by Research, Stefan Besny. Amber Riddle. for the award of Masters of Science degrees in Energy Geosciences. Gabriella Adams. Dinara Dasenayake. Ferdi Endinanda. Hugo Finlay. Anjali Gdia. Kieron Hopkins. Juliet Ibafidon. Krishna Prasad Kondatu Prasad. Paige Lee Wilkes. Alex McCabe. Tamim Mulakampilli Shamsuddin. Shehzad Salim. For the award of Masters of Science degrees in Environmental Diagnosis and Management, Faten Bazin. Zoe Shenoveth. Maxine Handy. Amelia Haywood. Sarah Jeffers. For the award of Doctors of Philosophy degrees in Earth Sciences Geology, with the title The Oxidation of Organic Material at Interfaces, Professor Martin King, Supervisor, Tobias Robson. That concludes the presentation of graduates from the Department of Earth Sciences.
Our choral scholars will now perform Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas. Let your heart be light. Next year all our troubles will be out of sight. Yes, out of sight. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. Do you Yuletide get lights allow, until we'll have the ladder to the house somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Now, Merry Christmas now.
I call upon the Head of Department of Biological Sciences, Professor James McAvoy.
Principal, I would like to present graduands from the Department of Biological Sciences. For the award of Master of Science degrees in Biological Sciences by research. For his thesis entitled Rapid Detection of SARS-CoV-2 using a recombinase polymerase loop-mediated isothermal amplification assay, supervised by Dr. Jorge Tovar, Ben Butterworth. For their work entitled Identification of Novel Modifiers of Synaptic Function and Novel Modifiers of Neurodegeneration in an ALS-FTD Drosophila model, supervised by Dr. Oggy Augustin, Patrick Cokes. For their thesis entitled The Use of Biomarkers for the Early Detection of Ovarian Cancer, supervised by Dr. Mikhail Soloviev, Alexandra Ferre. For their thesis entitled The Social Network, How Wild-Type E. coli Exploit Their Neighbors in a Clinical Biofilm Model, supervised by me, Diane Gabriel. For their thesis entitled Investigating Histidine Kinases as a Novel Quorum Sensing Strategy using the model organism Dictyostelium discoideum, supervised by Professor Robin Williams, Sarah Hopkins. For his work entitled Suppressor Mutations of Arabidopsis Plants, Defective in Cellular Chloroplast Occupancy, supervised by Dr. Enrique Lopez-Duez, Suresh Lionel. For her thesis entitled In Vitro and In Vivo Characterization of Nestin as a Satellite Cell-Specific Promoter, supervised by Professor Linda Popplewell, Leonie Mahal. For their thesis entitled Timing Matters, Exposure at Peak Pollen Consumption Affects Reproduction in Bumblebees, a work supervised by Professor Ellie Ledbetter, Anna Nause. For their thesis characterization and gene cloning of a suppressor mutant impacting the transcriptional control of chloroplast development, supervised by Dr. Enrique Lopez-Lluís, Viamesh Nundlal. For their thesis entitled Investigating Adenosine Signaling as a Target of Novel Decanoic Acid Analogues in Seizure Control, work that was supervised by Professor Robin Williams, Gianluca Tartaro. For the award of Doctors of Philosophy degrees in biology. For their thesis entitled European Apple Canker, Asymptomatic Colonization of Internal Plant Tissues and Endophyte Diversity in Scion Cultivars Differing in Disease Susceptibility, supervised by Professor Alan Gange, Leonie Olivieri. For her work entitled Developing a Conservation Evidence Base for the Critically Endangered Philippine Pangolin to Inform Conservation Action in Palawan, the Philippines, work supervised by Dr. Sarah Papworth, Lucy Archer. For her thesis, The Molecular and Biochemical Mechanisms Underlying Anthracnose Virulence and Resistance in Capsicum, supervised by Professor Paul Fraser and Dr. Jenny Enfisi, Alice Flint. That concludes the presentation of graduands from the Department of Biological Sciences.
That concludes the presentation of graduands at this ceremony. I call upon the principal to make a closing address.
Guests, friends, graduates, and for those wondering, our graduates are in the room behind and watching this on a screen, and this is very much meant for them as well as for you. It is truly wonderful to share this ceremony with you, celebrating the fantastic achievements of the graduating class of 2022. Graduation marks the end of current studies and allows an all too brief but special time to reflect and celebrate with friends, with fellow graduates, with colleagues, with family, and to begin the transition to a next stage of life. What you have witnessed here today is a crossing of a threshold that is both physical, intellectual, and emotional, and I hope that the ceremony has been moving and meaningful for all of these reasons. For all of us. Graduates, in getting to this point, many of you have been supported by parents, guardians, carers, family, friends. And so to everyone who is joining us today in person or online, you are also all being welcomed into the remarkable Royal Holloway global community of learning and discovery, which stretches out from here on the beautiful Egham campus, from our astonishing historied central London sites to over 120 countries represented not only by our vibrant and inspirational international student community, but by the global reach of our research and education. And I am sure all of you guests are as proud of our graduate success as the graduates themselves are grateful to you for the support. So as supporters, thank you for the difference that you have made, and please be proud of your contribution to coming to this place today. Graduates, all of us here today very much hope that your new degree leads you on a career and a life path that is both enjoyable and rewarding. But we also know that you now carry within you the spirit of Royal Holloway, a spirit which, as you heard from our Executive Dean, Professor Klaus Dodds, is all about making a positive contribution in the world. And many of you in your programs of studies in earth sciences or biosciences have actively engaged with global challenges, with questions and issues viewed through the lens of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So whether you've been thinking about energy transition and climate work, or questions of social justice and education, of health and well-being, of inequalities, we know that you will use the superpower that is your degree to give back and to make a difference. And we at Royal Holloway will be walking alongside you every step of the way. You only had to listen to the titles there, the range and depth and the importance of the work taking place. It's very, very inspiring. And in joining Royal Holloway myself just a few months ago, I found it very moving to feel the commitment of all our students and colleagues to the power of education and research to do good in the world. And I talk about that being important for us as a community, a university of global social purpose. So I wanted to just share briefly with you, and this is what I'm doing with all the ceremonies this week, the story of one Charles Shaw. And Charles Shaw was a potter, and he was born in the county of Staffordshire in the middle of England in 1832, so just a few years really before Bedford College, which is deep in our DNA and history, came into being, and just a few decades before Royal Holloway College was formed. And as a working class man of very limited means, Shaw nevertheless prized the power of literacy and of education in his life. And in his late years, he established a small study in his cottage home. It measured just 3 feet by 4 feet, according to his diary, so just under a metre by just over a metre. And he fixed this up with an iron stove, a small desk and 2 small bookshelves, and he saved a penny a week to try and populate those bookshelves. I don't know what a university atmosphere is, he wrote, but I have dreamt of it. I know when I enter this little room at night, I am in another world. So for all the challenges of recent years, and our graduates have lived through that, and you have lived through that with them, it is Charles Shaw's dream of a university education and an atmosphere that you now hold in your hands, graduates, in the shape of that symbolic scroll that you've received today and the possibility of which you now carry out into the world. So as we all move towards the conclusion of the formal part of this ceremony, and you will get the chance to all spend time together and to spend time with the tutors, the lecturers, the professional services colleagues who have all been part of this journey to this point, let me once again reflect and underscore your tremendous achievement, and also thank all of my colleagues here who have contributed to and shared in that achievement. Those degree certificates are a testament to hard work, intellectual capacity and perseverance. But graduates, as you ready yourselves to leave this beautiful, special place, those certificates and all they represent are, yes, a statement of your potential, but also, as I know you know all too well, a statement of your responsibility in the world. So while celebrating what has been achieved, I hope that each of you can find space today to reflect on what you are yet to achieve, because it is what you do next that will define you and that will be a crucial part of Royal Holloway's future story. Many of you have started on full-time employment, others will be undertaking a period of voluntary or humanitarian work, some taking a well-earned break, others taking time to think, and others travelling to exciting new places, many continuing academic study. But whatever the next steps, we wish you light and luck and love in your lives, and we know that you will make us proud. So, graduates, make the world beautiful, because we know you can. So go, graduates, go now, be phenomenal, be amazing, be kind, be productive, make a contribution to society, make a difference in the world. Thank you. Thank you for being part of Royal Holloway's story today and tomorrow and into the future, because you are quite simply our greatest achievement, and we are so very, very proud of you. Thank you.
That concludes this afternoon's ceremony. Please, could you remain in your seats until after the recession has departed? When you leave the venue, you will be directed to Founders Dining Hall for our reception. I would again like to extend my thanks to all of you for attending this very special day. Would you now please stand for the recession?